But let's first take a look at tonight's top stories, starting with the arrest and release of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor on suspicion of misconduct in public office. This has, of course, followed the release of the latest tranche of the Epstein files out of the United States. Well, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has sat down this evening with Sky News for his first television interview since Andrew's arrest, becoming, of course, the first member of the royal family in modern history to be arrested. Take a look.
I wanted to ask first about Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. What's your reaction to his arrest?
Quite a fall from grace, isn't it? These are very serious allegations. They will be pursued quite clearly, so I'm not going to go into any of the legal matters, but it is extraordinary that someone who all of us have seen as part of the royal family has now been bustled off into a legal process, and no doubt that it will not just focus on these documents, but will also go to some of the other allegations that have been made as part of the whole Epstein saga. You
must feel for the King. You know you have a good relationship with the King in this circumstance.
I do. His Majesty, I think, is a very decent man. He's someone who undertakes his duties with extraordinary diligence, even through the health issues that he's had to deal with, and this would be a difficult time. But he has responded appropriately, which is that no one is above the law, and Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, as he's now known, will have to face all of the consequences of whatever it is that is being investigated.
You can watch Andrew Clennell's interview with the Prime Minister in full right here on Sky News at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time this Sunday. Now, I don't need to tell you chapter and verse what's happened, but make no mistake, this is one of the worst moments for the monarchy in centuries. In fact, this is a generational moment, one that could signal the demise of the monarchy if it is not handled properly. And it pains me to say that. As an ardent monarchist, I believe it's an important institution, one that has served and does serve the Commonwealth, including Australia, exceedingly well. An institution that should be preserved, a beacon of stability in political turmoil that doesn't have to deal with the ups and downs of parties and special interest groups and election. It's there for one purpose, to serve us. But that stability has been threatened, and Republicans will be rubbing their hands. An Ipsos poll released in the UK overnight, which was conducted in the days before Andrew's arrest, found that just 28% of Britons think the royal family has handled this situation well. And I suppose you have to wonder how those numbers would look if they did that poll today. It also found that 37% of Britons believe abolishing the monarchy would be bad for the country, which was down from 47% in November. That's a fair drop. 25% said they'd be better without the monarchy, up 4%, and 27% don't think there'd be a difference. So that's 52% of people who either want the monarchy gone or don't care. Less than half of the UK has a positive view of the royal family as a whole, 47%, which was down from 54% a few months ago. And barely half the country, 51%, think there is likely to be a monarchy in 50 years' time. And again, you have to wonder how all these numbers would look if they took the poll today. Now, I thought the King's statement overnight was strong and it was swift. He had to come out and say something. They couldn't just let this play out. But for the sake of the monarchy and by extension the sake of the Commonwealth, I think they need to come out even harder. But irrespective of the fact that Andrew has still not been charged or found guilty of any crime, in my opinion, the former prince has become too much of a liability for the royal family and the monarchy. I believe it's in the best interests of the monarchy, for the King, and also importantly, the Prince and Princess of Wales, who would be the next in line, of course, to say that they completely disavow Andrew and that they are cutting him off for good. Otherwise, this cancer will linger and it could become deadly.